Hey everybody, welcome back to Bitchin' About Balls. We are on episode 6. Exciting times. So today we're going to do things a little differently. Our episode is called episode 6, Fumble on the Field. So we are going to get into all types of fumbles, whether they're sports related, whether they're mistakes in dating. And then as promised, like last time, we're going to start introducing some dating stories. I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed your story from last time. We got a lot of insight on that.
Oh, we did. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotta keep it going.
Yes. So I think probably some more of these like personal anecdotes will be good. So I'll go ahead and share one of mine this week. And then if we have time, then maybe Adrianne can share the other one that she's been wanting to share for a minute.
Yes, because that one is very juicy.
And it's funny.
It's very funny. It's almost like I couldn't be real. Like if I was to tell somebody it, your first impression would be like, this can't be real. You gotta be lying. Trust me, I'm not.
Right. So let's get into fumbles. Let's talk about the game because we bitch so much about some balls. We're gonna talk about sports balls.
Yeah.
And get into that because we're pissed.
This whole week has been horrible in the game of football. I don't know what the hell was going on, but I'm really pissed off at my Packers. I was actually mad about that whole game.
Yeah, the score was really bad.
That was not our best work. I don't know if it was the practice squad that was out there portraying to be everybody that usually is out there playing.
Maybe they heard our episode. You know how we talked about like the practice squad and
they
like
had to.
the junior squad and the G League.
That looked like JV textbook Pee Wee League bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams. And I mean, the score was horrible all the way to the fourth quarter. I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna scratch that game out of our whole entire season and just say that they just didn't show up at all.
Honestly, we could too because we didn't do much either until the fourth quarter. We barely did anything either. So.
I really just thought they were out there practicing because that's what it looked like. It looked like they were all practicing.
Maybe because it was on a Monday night. No. They're like, oh, this is Monday night practice, not Sunday game.
No. And that's supposed to be Monday night football is supposed to be exciting. It's the teams that normally everybody wants to see. And that was just horrible. It was garbage.
Right.
Straight garbage.
So that's why we're going to get into mistakes of the game. We're going to talk about the reasons that our teams are losing, like pissed that Alabama lost yesterday. I'm glad that we have a chance to make it to the playoffs if we beat Auburn, but Auburn's going to give us hell because they always do. But even though they're like not good, it's really annoying. But yeah, I watched yesterday's game. We had tons of sacks. We had interceptions, and all of our turnovers led to points. And I honestly, that's how they win because like when we looked at our stats, I think we had like 400 or 450 yards total, and then Oklahoma had like 200. And everyone was like, how did they win the game? And it was because of stupid mistakes, like we're going to get into, like turnovers. Like that's literally what lost us the game yesterday.
That pick six.
Yeah.
That pick
that's
six.
That's like what started it, to be honest.
That was
mad.
That was the start of the downfall.
Yeah. I honestly, when I saw the score, I was like, damn, really? 2 points? We couldn't even get a field goal in an entire quarter. But then I was like mad, and then I immediately just skipped to like stage 5 of acceptance. And I was like, it's fine. It'll be okay. Or maybe it's bargaining. I don't know. Because I was like, maybe we can just beat Auburn. It will be fine.
You went through grief yesterday.
I went through the 5 stages of grief yesterday.
That was just...
And I was watching it with my friend, and I felt really bad because I was trying to be really quiet about how annoyed I was. But I'm sure she knows me well enough. She knows.
I didn't even... When you text yesterday, I was just like, I don't even know if I should say anything. Because I might have said something wrong and you would have just went off, and I'd have been understanding. Like,
I just get really quiet. Honestly, like when I'm really mad about something, even in relationships, I guess, when I'm really mad about something, people don't really know because I'm either really quiet or I like joke it off. Probably my mistake, but just because I'm like, I don't want to deal with this, I want to deflect. Let's go to the next situation. So then I was like, oh, like let me watch these other games. Maybe some upset will happen that other than ours. And
it
of
was almost
course,
another upset.
that South
South
Carolina
Carolina game?
with versus Texas A&M, that was such a comeback. I
That was
cannot believe it.
a good game.
Yeah,
South Carolina gave them hell
yeah,
throughout the entire game. They had them literally on their skates
yeah,
the
yeah.
entire time.
I think they only scored to beat them what like with like 3 minutes left in the game or something,
Yeah.
3 4 minutes. Like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
So anyways, we're talking about all these turnovers. What do turnovers mean? What does all of this mean? So first off, I should say the biggest thing are going to be the turnovers are what loses games. So turnovers probably include like fumbles, which meaning that the quarterback or even any player is like caught the ball or has the ball. They lose control of the ball. They lose the ball before their knee touches the ground or their body touches the ground, basically. So then the other team is able to take the ball and run with it or go with it to the other side of the field. So we call it a turnover because now the other team is able to be on offense because of that. And we had some horrible fumbles yesterday, which is
Yeah, that
what
kickoff.
Ryan Williams, get it together, man. Get it together.
He is sometime in this year. Last year he was on it. I don't know. Maybe he got that sophomore jitters.
He's got so many dropped passes and dropped catches and fumbles, and that South Carolina game, if he versus us, he almost was going to be the reason we lost that game. But luckily, they pulled it together. But man, if you saw him on the sidelines during that game, he knew he was going to get his butt chewed out.
Oh yeah,
because it was bad.
Whoever the wide receivers coach, you should get in their ass.
Yeah,
everybody, the whole team. I feel like it was some bad play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Very horrible play calling. Oklahoma was ready.
Yeah. Well, they also had a bye week before, so they had time to prepare.
Yeah, they came out storming from the gate, and it showed.
Mm-hmm.
They did their homework.
And they even had like their biggest, I think, what was it? Their biggest offensive or defensive player was like off on injury too. So yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But anyway, so that's what fumbles are, and that's what loses games.
Yes. And another one that can cause a lot of heartache and pain and just disgruntledness, and really just want to just do what you can. If you can go through the TV or be at the game and just run on the field and just tackle the quarterback, is interceptions.
Girl, that game last week that we watched, was it Jaguars?
The Jaguars and the Texans. Textbook how you can win the game by an interception at 3 seconds left in regulation. That is when the quarterback decides he's just going to throw it, thinking that his receiver, tight end, or whoever is going to be able to catch the ball, not realizing that the defense is covering everybody. And you have either your free safety or your cornerback, not quarterback, but your cornerback, or defensive end, a defensive back. They're all in the same thing. Decides that they want to catch the ball instead of your actual wide receiver. And that, my friend, is an interception. And what happened last week, it was he a center or a lineman, or he was on the O-line, D-line.
Yeah.
And what's his name?
He bobbled the ball or something, right?
He
the offense somehow bobbled it or something.
No, he actually did it.
Oh, so he did it. Okay.
Trevor threw the ball, and I forgot what his position was, but he kind of moved his arm up a little bit. It hit his forearm. He was able to catch the ball, and because they were so close to their end zone, he ran for 20, 30
something
yards,
like that.
40
Yeah.
yards,
Yeah.
something, or 17 yards. And the Texans was able to win it with 3 seconds on the clock.
And even they were behind the whole game. I think it was like the entire game. At one point, it was like 24-10 or something.
Yeah.
When I looked, or 29-10 or something.
And then they came back and they were down by 3, and they ended up winning by 4. No, did they win by 3? Because they didn't do a field goal.
No, I think
I think they won by 3.
Either I think Jacksonville needed the field goal to win. I think.
No, they were down by 3.
Right. No. Oh, so they needed the okay.
So the Jaguars were up by 3. The Texans needed to either tie or score a touchdown.
That's right.
That's how. Yeah, I think they won by 3 because they got the 6 points for the touchdown.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. That was
crazy.
That's
like, a big mistake in there.
That right there is when you put the blame on your quarterback.
Yeah.
Because number one, you already know you're up by 3 points. The object was he should have just took the knee.
Yeah.
You should not have thrown that. I don't care. Or maybe Texans was up.
I think they were up. I think that's what happened. I think the Texans were up by 3.
Yeah, they might have been up. So then they won by 9. And in that instance, yes, you would want to get a touchdown. But I don't know. I'm a little controversial on this. Some people may say, nah, he should have thrown it. But I would have went with a shorter pass if I had to throw it. I would not have tried to throw a Hail Mary. I'm sorry. Some of y'all are not Aaron Rodgers. And you got to have confidence in your wide receivers in knowing that they can beat the other team down the field. And Trevor was not really, his passing that game was horrible. I think they only had like 2 yards passing in the fourth quarter. Yeah. And they should have just stayed with rushing. And when I say rushing, meaning you give it to your running back and let him try to get some yardage somewhere. But I get it. It's 3 seconds left in the game. You're trying to score. And they weren't close enough to be able to have a field goal. That was a very sketchy play, and that was actually a good ending of the game.
It was insane.
Yes.
Next, we're going to talk about missed field goals because we talked about field goals are 3 points. So missing one can sometimes make or break a game. A lot of times these games come to the end of the wire where it's like, if you make the field goal, you win.
Yes.
Or you go to overtime.
Yes.
I'm thinking of the Auburn-Vandy game. Ooh. Luckily, they made that field goal, but I wasn't sure. Like, they needed the 3 points to tie, and then they ended up going into overtime, and then, Vanderbilt won. But, if you miss a field goal, shoot, that could be the end of the game.
If you watch the Falcons this season,
oh yeah, then
they've already been through 3 kickers because they have had games where they could have won or tied, and their kickers did not.
And that's all they do.
That's
literally all you do is just kick the ball in the entire game. You probably, out of like a 60-minute game, you have like 55 minutes of rest. Probably.
I mean, you got the easiest job out there. Them and the punter. If I had to play football, I probably would rather do that because number one,
I'd be a punter.
You don't really have too much contact out there to cause you to be injured. I mean, unless you get turf toe or by chance, your knee slips because you're in the midst of running or you get a dislocated knee. But your job is literally just on the sideline, just waiting
until your turn.
And then you can practice kicking on the sideline.
And like your kick takes 3 seconds?
Yeah.
So let's say you have like 4 kicks a game. You're basically playing for 12 seconds in a game.
Yes.
So you have no excuse to miss these field goals.
The only time, now I did see where an error could have been, it was with y'all yesterday.
Yeah, it was the high snap.
It was the high snap. Now that can definitely change the trajectory
Yeah.
of how a kick is, because when that ball is snapped and it's high and you have to get it, it's that moment of trying to get it down, get it set so that the kicker can get set. If the ball isn't where it needs to be, it can literally change the direction of where it goes. And that kick was,
Yeah, I think he hesitated because then he saw that happen and
yeah,
wanted to make sure it came down in time for him to be able to kick it.
yeah,
So,
it is. It's
I
a
mean, yes, there are probably three people that are responsible for a missed kick. It's your center. It is your, is it snap? Something.
snapper.
Yeah, snapper.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say snapback. Your snapper or your kicker. It's one of those three people are usually the reason, or someone on your, maybe you have a false start or something.
Yeah.
That's maybe another reason.
Or somebody on the other team
did
blocks
something.
it.
Yeah, that's maybe
That's
the other
the
reason.
only time you can miss. But it all, if it's not snapped the way it needs to be and handled properly with the laces up facing the field goal.
Kickers need to be making field goals that are less than 40 yards. I'm sorry. I think if you have a 35 yarder, you should be able to make it, especially in college. And then in NFL, you should be making it from way more than 35 yards.
You should be making it at least
50?
50 at minimum, because a lot of times they're doing field goals that are like 45, 46, 36,
Yeah.
in that range.
I mean, Jacksonville, they had a couple weeks ago, they had like a 68 yarder.
Yeah, you have
which
the
is
best
amazing.
kicker in the league. Why didn't you at that time
use him?
Use him. I mean, yeah, it would have been.
But I wonder if they were down by 4. Maybe that's why they went for it. We got to look up the
We
score.
got to look up
We
the
don't
score.
remember.
It could have been. They
But
could have been down by
regardless,
3 or 4. But either way,
regardless.
that was just a way to lose the game.
And then, so last week we talked a lot about flags and penalties and how that can really delay you, especially if you're getting these 15-yard penalties. You can basically go. We had this yesterday where I think Oklahoma would have maybe gotten a first down, and then they ended up getting penalties to the point where it was like 4th and 21. So then they had to they were in field goal range, and then they kept getting backed up because of penalties, and then they were out of field goal range, couldn't kick a field goal. So that's like another big reason, another mistake, another fumble in the game that you may have that may delay you from getting points or even winning.
Yeah. Texas had a lot of penalties last night.
Yeah.
In like the first half, maybe first quarter, I think they had like 6 or 7 penalties.
Yeah.
And that can definitely get your offense completely off, even your defense, because you're now worried about anytime you may do something, you're going to get penalties. So that throws the momentum to the other team, because you're now in that moment of trying to make sure that your play calling is correct and that people are out there doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. So that can definitely change the way a game can go.
Right. And then lastly, we'll talk about sacks, because Ty needs to start wearing some protective gear for the amount of sacks he had yesterday. That's pretty much when the defensive line goes and tackles your quarterback when they still have the ball.
Yes.
And they don't lose control of the ball. Otherwise, that could be considered a fumble. But they still have control of the ball, but then they pretty much get them down way behind the line of scrimmage.
That means your O-line sucks because they're not blocking
like
for
they
their
should.
quarterback.
Yeah.
And your quarterback can get hurt like that. The amount of sacks that they get, because they're not used to getting touched, because they're getting protected. Mm-hmm. If your O-line is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, you're losing downs, you're losing the opportunities, the possessions, and you're not moving the ball forward. You're actually moving it back. So you're giving the defense, so that will soon become the offense, a good starting point on their side to get closer to their end zone. So sometimes your O-line needs to get their ass beat.
If you have not seen the movie The Blind Side, my favorite thing in that movie is the very beginning, the clip that they show. I don't remember now, but they show the clip of the quarterback, and they're like, this is your lineman. Like, they have to protect him, see how he's in the pocket. This is how you have to protect to make sure he doesn't get hurt. And they show a play of a quarterback who got extremely hurt because of the position of someone on the offensive line didn't protect them properly. So that really kind of explains what we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was the whole thing with Michael Orr. Like that was his position, was to basically protect the quarterback. And that's what that whole movie is about. So just a little, if you haven't seen it, it's with Sandra Bullock. And there's a scene with Nick Saban in it, my one and true love. It's a really good movie. In case you are interested about football or wanting to know a little bit more, there's a lot of also like non-football related things in it, but it's a great movie.
Yeah. If you watch The Longest Yard.
Oh yeah.
With Adam Sandler, Nelly.
That's a fun one.
Goldberg. It's a lot of them on there. Stone Cold Steve Austin. That right there is also a good movie for you to learn because it teaches you about playing all the way together. And Adam Sandler was playing the quarterback. Mm-hmm. So it was the guards versus the prisoners, and it was funny, but it also taught a lot of what we were talking about in all of the episodes that we've been discussing. So that's also a good learning and a good way to laugh at the same time.
Yeah. Because I feel like for us, they always showed us Remember the Titans when I was in school.
That's
like anytime like they had nothing else to teach us, they would be like, oh, let's put Remember the Titans on. That and Radio. They would always put those on. Yeah. Those two movies.
Yeah. So great movies to watch if you really want to see how a lot of these college teams back in the 60s and 70s. Those are good movies to watch, and you'll learn from that.
Yep. So those are our mistakes in the game. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. And I hope honestly too, like let us know, but I really hope like what we're saying is actually making sense, or you're able to actually apply it if you're watching these games. I know we've said like start watching games, that way you'll start getting into it, find what teams you like, whatever. But I hope that it's helping.
Yeah. We hope that the knowledge that we're doing, we're not trying to be
we're not
101 and sports analysts and everything. So we're just trying to give you guys the basis of when you go, you don't be confused or you're sitting there trying to figure out, okay, what's happening. And we hope that you guys are learning and you're taking heed of what we're saying and watching and getting into it, because now it's rivalry weeks and everybody is trying to make sure they get a good ranking so that they can get a good spot in the playoffs for each conference, because now, I mean, it's almost towards the end of the month. That is crazy.
Yeah. Can you believe Thanksgiving is like in a week and a half?
What in the world? We just started November.
Yeah. Yesterday I was telling somebody something and I was like, oh, I guess I'll do it in November. And then I was like, wait, it is November. I was totally thinking it was still October.
I literally thought we had 2 more weeks until Thanksgiving, and it's literally next week.
No, we do have 2 weeks till Thanksgiving.
No.
Like a week and a half?
No. After this week, it's next week.
Oh, yeah. So a week and a half, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, technically, yeah.
It'll be a week.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
No, it's really close, though.
So, yeah, it is... it is around that time.
And that's why next week we're going to get into, like you said, like rankings, teams, games to watch for Thanksgiving. We're going to do like a Thanksgiving special edition episode next week. So stay tuned.
Yes.
But yeah, so I hope this is all kind of piecing together from our first episode to be able to allow you to maybe when you watch football with your family on Thanksgiving weekend, hopefully this is all
making sense,
piecing together. I won't be able to watch because I'll be out of the country, but I'm going to be trying to follow the score as much as possible.
I'm excited.
I didn't really try.
I'm excited. It's a lot of... Some will be tournaments in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the NFL.
I was going to say, they have their Thanksgiving games,
too. Yeah, I wonder who's playing. Usually I know the Cowboys usually play on Thanksgiving.
Right.
So we'll see if it's actually them, and if so, who's going to be performing.
Yeah, I haven't looked.
They always have a good halftime show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So we got into mistakes in the game, in the football world. specifically. We're now going to get into mistakes of dating that we either have witnessed, that we have personally done, that we've seen from other women, or that we've noticed with people that we have dated. So we just wanted to compile kind of like a basic list of a few oh God, sorry. My hair is getting my way today. I washed it. It's driving me nuts. Not trying to do any advertisements, but thank you, Dyson Air Straight.
I gotta get it because it's so airy
silky
and silky, and
it's just, it won't stay in place.
Yes.
Anyway, so sorry. So we're going to talk about mistakes of dating. We just kind of compiled a little minor mini list of a couple things that we think are important. I will start.
Okay.
I'll start with love bombing. I think that's a big mistake that is being done lately. I know we kind of talked about it in previous episodes too, but I think it's when someone is constantly talking to you, messaging you, calling you, doing too much, I think, to really make you feel like, yes, I want to be with you. I love you. Maybe not love, but you really, really want to be with this person. You're telling them all the right things. And then most of the time, in my experience, love bombing has led to ghosting.
Yes. That is like textbook ghosting. I've had it where you do everything you can to get the person, and then you get what you want, and then that's it. And when I say get what you want, meaning all you really wanted was some ass.
Yeah.
And you knew that this person was a slow burner, and a slow burner meaning someone who likes to take their time, want to get to know you, truly wants to date you. However, that's not what you want, but your intentions was not the same as the person's. And once you got the cookie out the cookie jar, you went on to the next cookie monster.
Yeah. I think too with it, it's like, even if, let's say, like, okay, I'll go from personal experience. We'll do an early story here. So like, there is this guy that I was talking to early in the year. He called me like all the time. I think he knew, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think he knew that maybe I had like higher standards. And so he was trying to compensate for that. So he was calling me all the time. He got me gifts for Valentine's Day. He, whatever, like paid for my drinks. We went on like maybe like 2 dates or something. I can't remember.
Paid for my birthday drink, my birthday shots.
Yeah. Paid for some of my friends' drinks. But then later on, I found out, I looking back, I think now that I've had time to reflect on it, I think what it was, and then he ended up ghosting me.
Lied, talking about he was,
and then lied, and it was a mess.
That was a whole bunch of bullshit.
Mess. Maybe we'll deep dive into that story a little bit later, but the whole point of that, I think what I'm getting at is like, I think he knew that I was going to be like harder to attain, I guess, in a way. Like there were things about him that I was not really feeling anyway. So I didn't see it as like a long-term thing. And so maybe he kind of like caught on to that, or knew that something was off. And so I think he tried the love bombing, hoping that maybe he could get into me that way. Because I thought he was cool, but I wasn't like in love with him or anything. But I think by constantly surrounding my time around him, it made me start to like him more. And then you get hooked, and then that's when they like leave.
Oh yeah, that hook, line, sinker.
Yeah,
wheeling it in and pulling it back.
And also with him, I will say this: I think financially, maybe our stages of life were a little bit different, but I will never hold that against someone as long as I see that you are working hard towards something. And I'm never going to expect you to pay for my friend's drinks. Like I happily offered to pay for that. So
I wasn't even expecting it. It was just a shot.
Yeah.
That was it. I wasn't expecting him to pay for it. And if that was the case, hell, I could have just paid for my own drink.
I know. I was like, I'll just pay for my own friend. Like it's fine. But Anyway, so that's love bombing. That's a huge mistake. Please don't do it. But if you are going to do it, also please don't supplement it with ghosting because that's just mean.
No. And this ties into bad communication because I feel like love bombing has that tendency, even though you hear what the person is saying and they're telling you sweet nothings, I feel as though that is a form of bad communication because that person is not being truly authentic.
Mm-hmm.
They know what it takes because maybe you might have led them on to the fact of what it is that you're looking for in someone. So they use that against you to be able to get you. And when that comes to that, it makes it just, or you have somebody who just don't know how to talk at all.
Yeah.
Just you text here and there from time to time, and then you text these random same things. What you doing? How's your day?
WID. I hate that
WYD.
text. You up?
Yeah, you up. Texting at a very late time of the day. It took you all day to text back. Or I always say it like this. I don't like when guys talk the way that they text.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, it's not engaging. It is literally just little small talk, but you're not really having any substance. And like I told y'all, I'm a sapiosexual, so I love communication. I love conversing. So if it's not interesting to me, that's bad communication.
I think too with that, like we've talked about this, like what you're actually communicating, what you're actually saying. And then for you to say something, like I said last week, once a week, and for you to just be like, how are you once a week? That's not getting anywhere.
No.
You're not learning anything about the person.
No.
You're not doing anything to advance or develop this. But on the other end, too, because we're not going to blame men for everything.
Yeah.
Because I think even some of us women, we are bad communicators as well.
True. True.
In my case, I think I'm an over communicator.
Okay.
And I think sometimes that can lead to things like, I know we've talked about this too, where maybe you say too much. Like sometimes I respond with too much, and then my response I get is like one sentence. And then I get upset by that because I'm like, I have sent so much, and then all you can respond with was like, yeah, that's cool.
Or K. Or thumbs up. And another thing, I think I'm kind of in the middle of both over communicating and not communicating enough. Because sometimes I don't really explain how I'm feeling sometimes. I have the tendency to just hold back because I've been told I've been argumentative. Um, so when I do express how I feel, I just let it out then. And it's more on the, you pissed me off. I haven't been getting anything what I've been wanting for a while. And now I'm just at that point of just saying, fuck it all.
Right.
So that's a flaw that I have, and that's a flaw that I am working on. Is to just be able to communicate throughout the entire thing, and not just sit back and just be quiet. I'm a Pisces, and I'm an Aquarius and Pisces, so we like to sit back and have the tendency to just not say stuff. But when we release the beast, we coming for your jugular.
I think I say too much. Like I said, I over communicate, but then sometimes I don't know when to say certain things. Like maybe I'm really annoyed by something, but I'm like, oh, is this the time that I should say it or should I wait? And then, maybe he doesn't recognize that I'm annoyed or something. Yeah. So I kind of run into that sometimes where I've been seeing these memes lately too, where it's like a man is texting a woman and the woman says like, do you want to hang out or whatever? And then, he responds back like, yeah. And then she's like, yeah, that's it. Just yeah. And then she writes back like, you want to do this now? And then he listens to it and he's like, oh yeah, let's do it now. Like, so yeah. I think it's also like what we're hearing back and forth might be different.
Yeah.
And so we're also understanding things differently. I think that's what's really hard with texting, though. I think you have to have a really good foundation, solid foundation with someone, um, or learning each other's like texting styles to know when they're actually saying something and they mean it in that way versus maybe they are just casually sending a message, or maybe we're over interpreting,
over analyzing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done that in my current situation. I've done it plenty of times. And yeah, I had to kind of scale back on the over analyzing aspect of it and realize that a lot of the arguments that we may have had was because I assumed that he was being a certain way and it really wasn't. And I'm just thankful I have a brother that can just, give me insight and reality checks. So that
We do a
way
lot of that.
I can do what I can be better. So I will say that sometimes I'm very grateful for having men in my life that can give me perspective, because I sit back sometimes and I read a lot of my responses to my texts from him, and I'm just like, damn. I don't know how this man is even still here, because
but in the moment, you're like, this is how I feel. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that, and I'm sorry. So I've apologized for a lot of the things now. So I'm working on myself, and that's one good thing that I'm very grateful for, is the fact that he does give me feedback, and he's just like, I know it wasn't meant on purpose, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I heart you. I do. That's funny. But yes, another form of bad communication is always texting. And we've said it before.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to hear your voice. I want to talk to you. I want to just be able to just know how you are based on just hearing it coming out your mouth.
Especially if you live in the same place, there is no excuse for you to not meet up with that person.
True.
That's another thing. Like I get it if you're long distance or, whatever, it's early on, like you guys talk on the phone or during the week, like people are busy with work, that's fine. But I think if you both only work weeks and then you have weekends off, there's no excuse for you to not meet up with this person, not necessarily every weekend, but on some sort of consistent basis that you're getting to know each other. But I still think there should be communication within those meetups.
Yeah.
And so like texting or talking on the phone is good, but I just want to point that out because texting or talking is not the relationship. No. I had a friend who did that, and they literally lived in the same place and they didn't see each other for 2 months. And I was like, this is insane to me.
I would want to I gotta feel your presence. I feel like I'm more of an empath. Mm-hmm. So when I'm around you, I want to feel you. I don't necessarily have to feel you, but I want to be able to be in the same vicinity of you. And
the like reactiveness
with the person. Like, I can't just,
if you plan to like be in a relationship for life, then like that's what you're going to be doing anyway. So,
yeah. I don't like that you can't spend time with a person, but you rather text all the time and just have a verbal over the phone communication. Now, my case is a little bit different because of the distance, but still, you gotta make time for the person.
Yeah,
you have to.
Agreed. So. I would say next, one thing we'd say moving too quickly is one of the things. I think it's hard because sometimes you do really get close to someone, you really learn about someone, and you see a lot of similarities. And so then that really makes you, I'm guilty of this. You really get to know them. You really like spending time with them. So you keep wanting to spend time with them, talk with them. But I think the hard part is it's not ever coming out of a bad place. It's never coming from a negative place of, it's just truly naive intentions of, I just like spending time with you. We get along and I want to continue that is really all it is.
Or but you can be clingy And
you could also be
you
clingy.
can look at your past relationships
Mhm.
and see that not spending as much time as you thought could be a bad thing, and now you're in something that's different, like the relationship is different, the attention is different,
Mhm.
and you just want to be up underneath that person
Yeah.
because of your insecurity.
That could now that's a bad thing.
And that's a bad thing because now you're feeling like you gotta be up underneath that person. I don't want you to smother me.
Yeah.
I need space. And I feel as though the other person wants space too. So give me enough time to miss you so that way when we are together, we don't want to be apart. Because you all up underneath somebody and, you know, everywhere they go, you want to go. No, let that man be with his friends and let that woman be with her friends. Everybody don't have to be together at every event or everything that's out. Like you got to remind yourself you're an individual.
Yep.
Even though you're in a relationship or a marriage, yes, you are together, but you're also an individual, and you got to give people that space to be able to do the things that they love, because you can't just let that person forget what they did before they got with you.
Yeah, don't lose yourself based on
No, it's because you are
no.
so insecure. You're thinking that every time this person is out, somebody wants them, or they're going to be cheating because that happened in your past. You got to heal.
Mm-hmm.
You got to heal.
And not everyone is the same person.
No, no. So, and you can't look at, oh, he's giving me this attention because he's has ulterior motives, because he's out here doing something else, or she's doing this, and because I done been in a relationship and my girlfriend cheated on me and bullshit. You got to heal from that. You can't bring the past in your present in order to have a good future. You can't.
So. Agreed.
And that's coming from someone who used to bring shit into current situation. So I had to learn from that. And like I said, thank you to my brother for telling me that.
Yeah, I think I still sometimes harbor things from the past, not in like a bad way, but I think trust is a really big thing for me. And I think I've had some relationships in the past that tested my trust level. And so now I'm like very, very cautious because it takes a little bit of time for me to trust somebody. But I'm a good person. Like I think I can like read people pretty well. Like I'm good at reading people. So
alrighty. Anyway. The next, this is something that I
that's kind of ties into the rest, actually.
No, I just found out about.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see if there was an opposite of love bombing. And when I came up with this phrase, it's called love flooding. And love flooding is similar to someone who is clingy, but it's to a point where they're doing everything for the other person, like giving them flowers, cooking them dinner, breakfast. Like you're doing everything. You're smothering that person. Literally, you're smothering them with so much love that the other person gets overwhelmed to the point they don't want to be with you. Like you are just, it's like Mr. Do Good or Mrs. Do Good. And you feel as though that is the only way for you to keep that person is by buying them gifts, doing, going above and beyond, way more than what you normally would have done for somebody. And the other person is just like, well, when can I, you know, do this for you? So it's just, you're overly giving that person all the love and attention, and it literally is a bad thing. It's a red flag.
It seems to me like it's based off of probably like an insecurity.
Yes.
Like you're worried that this person's going to leave you or let you go, yes, maybe from something you've had in the past, or maybe you just had a bad love life, or maybe it's a familial relationship issue that you're still dealing with. But there's like an insecurity there that you are worried this person will leave, so you have to do everything in your power
to keep them
there,
and you're actually pushing them away. So that is literally, you're doing the opposite. And I don't recall someone ever doing that for me, but I feel like I may have found someone, and I probably realized that I didn't want that at that time,
Mhm.
and I just said, you know what, you go your way, because, like I said, I need space.
Yeah.
I'm used to being by myself, so it would be hard for me to just feel like I it's like abusing somebody.
Yeah.
And I could I for one thing, y'all hear us talk about it all the time when it comes to like buying gifts or having gifts given or someone spending their money on us. We can get it ourselves. So to have somebody do that all the time, I would literally feel bad.
Yeah.
And we would have to have a
It
whole
needs to be equal.
conversation. Like, look, now this is too much. I don't like flowers like that. I don't need gifts like this. You don't have to buy my love
Right.
in order for me to love you. And I think that's probably what a lot of guys it's probably what a lot of guys like to do is buy their women's love because there's an insecurity in it. And it could be women doing the same thing.
I was gonna say too, though, I think sometimes they use it strategically in the beginning, and then once again, they reel you in. They're like, "Oh, I got her. We got her. We're good. I don't have to do anymore."
Yes.
And then that complacency starts, and then that also becomes an issue because you're not consistent throughout your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the same. That causes issues too. For me, love flooding, I have not had someone who has done that where they've like bought me all these things, but I have had people who have like over texted me. I guess this goes back to communication, but I've had people who have texted me constantly to the point where I'm like, I need time away to do my things. I can't always keep texting you back.
Yes. So I love bombing can be a number of things.
Yeah.
It could just be that person just doing extremely too much, regardless of its communication, uh, in the midst of something, giving gifts, wanting to always spend time with that person. Like you just to the point where everywhere they go, you're like their little mini me.
Mm.
You just right there, you're their shadow. Um, and
And that's dependency, and that's bad.
that is too dependent.
Dependency is a bad mistake.
Too dependent.
I think that ties in.
Yeah.
Dependency is bad.
And it's just a mindset that you always got to give this person something to show them that you care. And you don't have to always do that. Like you should be able to give your love in different ways. It shouldn't have to be in one particular way, or you just doing everything for that person and you're not getting it in return.
Right.
That's not love. That's lust. You're lusting for somebody.
And that kind of ties into the next one. I think allowing the bare minimum kind of ties into that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think there's like a shift where like there were people who were maybe doing too much,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's also people who do too little. They women, don't allow someone to walk over you. Don't allow someone to not contact you. Don't allow someone who takes you on a date to a very like not thought out area, in the sense of like, maybe you're really excited on this first date with this person, so like, but like, don't be like, oh, let's just go grab some sandwiches later. Like have a little bit of thought, have a little bit of consideration for what that person might enjoy. You're still trying to get to know this person.
Yes.
And even if you feel comfortable and relaxed going and eating a sandwich, that doesn't mean that your date wants to do that too.
Right.
So like, let's not allow people, and this is also reverse, like, hey, like, same thing for men. Like, don't allow a woman to just be like, hey, can we just go grab some pizza? Unless you really want to do that, then like, okay. But don't stop allowing men to just do the minimum amount. Stop letting them breadcrumb. And
that's the word.
Yeah, to just give you a little bit here and there to make you feel wanted or heard.
Mm-hmm.
And don't do that. Like, let them know, that's not enough. Like,
yes.
I've had that plenty where, once again, the one text a week thing, like, that is breadcrumbing, where you send me just enough to keep me slightly interested or know that I'm thinking about you, but that's all I get.
Mm-hmm.
Don't allow the bare minimum anymore.
No, you shouldn't allow someone to just, it's almost like they're dictating the direction of where it's going to go, because you're sitting in limbo. You don't know if this person is liking you. Then they, boom, what you doing? WYD. Or, hey, how are you? Oh, I miss you. But you're not doing anything to show that you miss the person, or you're not engaging with that person. It's just you're doing the bare minimum. Literally, that is all. Because you might have, this goes back to having a Holodex. You may just be going through it and looking. Let me message this person and see what they doing today. Okay, let me message this person. You could be having multiple conversations going on.
Yep.
And whoever bites first is who you're going to give your attention to at that time. And then somebody else can, and then you just shift your direction to somebody else.
Yep.
If you know you don't want to be anything more than just casual, I feel like you should just be upfront and say that. If you know you ain't shit, just say, look, I ain't shit. I know I don't want nothing serious. It sounds like that's what you want. I'd rather you go and meet somebody else. We can kick it from time to time if that's what you want. That it goes back to just being completely honest and not just feeling like, and it could change. You might meet somebody, think like, oh, they seem interesting, and you start to get to know them and maybe seeing as though, okay, we're not aligned in the same things. I just wish at that time when you realize that, you just be upfront.
Yeah.
Don't keep it going. Don't try to just play it along or put it in the back burner. But like, maybe I can grow to like this person, or maybe it's something about this person. Or if it's just straight physical, just say you want to just fuck and that's it.
Get over it.
And get over it. I mean, you might find a woman that's just like, cool, I'm like that too, because I don't like you like that. So yeah, we can try it out.
Do people still say the term DTF? Has that been phased out? I don't know.
I feel like it's
Jersey Shore back in the day,
It could be. I think
I don't know if people still say that.
I've seen it on social media that they'll say like DTF.
Okay.
But I don't hear people say, yeah, she's DTF.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you down to fuck, then just say it.
I think it's all about intentions, right? Like if you are intentionally dating, let that person know so that they're aware. If you're not intentionally dating and you're just having a good time, kudos to you, but same thing. Let them know that.
Yeah.
If you're expecting more, don't accept the bare minimum.
Yes. And the last thing.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I just got a text from my breadcrumber. That's why I was laughing, because you were just talking about it.
Ding dong. Ding dong. Somebody is awake now. So the last mistake that you can have in dating is just being judgmental, superficial, and just being flat out picky. You kind of mentioned it last week about going places and someone is just nitpicking.
I hate it.
Not liking the temperature of your soup, or the steak wasn't as well as you wanted it to be, and all that. Or just pretty much just looking at a person and just picking out what you don't like about the person. Oh, well, I'm used to dating. I'll say it. Women, we like men that are tall. And that's all we want to date. Oh, he got to be over 6'3".
He just can't be shorter than that. That's all.
It's just the standards. And then guys pinpoint it. Oh, I like a woman with ass. And you looking at a girl who ass is fake. And you sitting there just.
My favorite are the guys who are like, oh, we like the no makeup look.
Right.
I don't think they really know what that means.
Or I prefer my woman with her own hair. But you texting and DMing the girl who wears nothing but weaves and wigs. It's like,
they don't know.
Say one thing, but you're doing something else. And just being picky about everything. Even and this is women too, because we have this tendency to, if a guy brings us something, a gift. Oh, well, I was expecting it to be, I'll say it like this. I love perfume. I'm picky about my perfume because I'm sensitive to smells. So don't bring me something that smells like white diamonds. I'm going to be picky as hell. Off top, I'm going to tell you like this. You might as well just take that shit back. Because I don't like it.
Oh, I have a story about that.
but it's also,
Yeah.
someone can just bring you like flowers, and you can sit there and say, well, I was expecting uh a gift,
Chocolates.
chocolates, or maybe someone may give you money. I'll say $100. Hey, go, here's $100. Go get your nails done. Well, actually, my nails are 250. Bitch, this man gave you $100. Be happy about that. And if you
Yeah.
don't want to get your nails done, don't get your nails done. Go do something else with it. But he thought
The
about you.
thoughtfulness of
It's
it.
being thoughtful, and you want to tear this man down. Oh, he gave me 500. I actually wanted 1,000. I wanted this Chanel bag, and he gave me this Coach bag.
Yep. So mine's a little different
Okay.
because so I think growing up in an Indian household, if any of you are Indian women out there, you can relate. But I think our parents grew us up to be very judgmental.
Oh.
We're Indian people are super judgmental. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. It's fine. Um, but so we kind of grew up like that. So I think for us, like my mom especially is a very shady person. I love her. She's hilarious. We're basically the same person, but she is very shady without realizing it. And my grandmother was a super shady person. But it was funny because she always used to speak in like our language. I mean, she knew English, but she would always say comments in our language. So it would always be really funny to hear it in that way. But I think it's just the lineage. I think we're all just shady like that. But so anyway, but we're super picky, we're super judgmental. And so even with dating, they kind of always had it in our minds of like, oh, like you're going to be with an Indian person. You're just going to be with an Indian person. That's just who you have to be with. And then I think you kind of start thinking that that's what you believe. And then as you get older, these moms have not trained their Indian men, their sons, that well. So we have to deal with them. And some of them are great. I'm not saying that they're all like that. Some of them are fine. But there have been a few that I've come across that have not been. And it's just probably because, like I said, their moms didn't teach them, they didn't know. So, but anyway, so you get back to thinking, okay, so I'm supposed to marry this Indian who is a doctor, who makes this amount of money, who like does all these things. So that's just the list that is like ingrained in your brain as you grow older. So then when you start dating, you start looking for someone, you think those are the things that you're going to look for, either doctor or engineer.
Gotcha.
So then I think for me, like getting out of that was helpful. I think I had it in my brain that that's what I had to be with and that's what I expected. And as I got older, developed my own self, my own understanding of myself and what I'd like in a person, that stuff doesn't even matter to me anymore. Like I don't care whether you're Indian or not. I don't care the amount of money that you make, as long as you have some type of job where you have some sort of income. Which, because sometimes, that can turn into situations where men don't like when the woman's the breadwinner, but that can be a different day. But, so there's that. I can't remember what the other thing I said. Oh, doctor, engineer, I don't care. Just have a job.
No, don't say just have a job, because you don't want him just being the burger flipper at
Well,
Burger
no,
King.
but that's why I said, like, depending on
Have
your
a
income
career.
level, have a career, have
There we go.
ambition to have a
There
career.
we go.
I don't even mind if you're in school, but if you're like going to get your MBA, you're getting your
You're getting an advanced
degree,
degree.
whatever, yeah,
Yes.
whatever your graduate degree, whatever it is, that's fine. Even if you don't have a graduate degree, that's fine too. But as long as you are working towards something, if you're owning your business and maybe you didn't go to college, you have your business, that's fine too.
Yes.
But I think it's just, I was so picky because I thought that's what I had to have. And I think now I've learned like that is not it at all. I'm more looking for emotional and physical support now than I am with any of those numbers and those figures.
Okay.
So my 20s, that's how I thought. And in my 30s, I've completely shifted my thinking.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I will say, as a Black woman, and you kind of hit on it, about um, who you should date, based upon your race or anything like that. My thing that and this might this is gonna ruffle some people's feathers, but one thing that I don't like is when people have the tendency to say who they won't date because, well, I'll say it like this: there's a lot of black men that say, "Oh, I won't date a black woman because she's loud, she's ghetto. They always want their lashes done. They always wear weaves and all this."
Indian men say stuff about Indian women too. It's probably in every race.
Then they date someone that is not their own color, but have the tendency to always want to downplay black women, or it could be any person just downplaying their own race.
Yeah,
I don't like that. That to me is just like you're putting everybody in that same bubble, because your experience might be you had somebody like that, or you probably never dated that person or dated a woman of your same race, but you just have this mindset to allow yourself to just bash the same person. Your mother is that color. You're bashing your mother, you're bashing your sisters, your grandmothers, your aunties, and all that. But you do it in such a way that it's at a point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna say it like this, baby, who hurt you? Because you sound hurt, you sound ignorant, and it's embarrassing, especially when you do it amongst other people of other races and that you allow them to say the same things and you don't have our backs. That to me is just like the most gut-wrenching thing you could possibly do. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in other races too. And it's just like, how can you hate who you are? And you allow other people to say that about the same people that look just like you.
I think it's okay to say that you're possibly attracted to someone else. That I think is fine. Right. But I understand what you're saying. I don't think it's right to then tear down something else from your race or from
because you don't want, that's not your preference. Totally fine.
Yeah, let your reasons be different.
Like I think that's the point. Your reasoning for not wanting to date somebody because they're the same race as you can have those. Nobody's going to sit there and argue you down, but don't put everybody in that same context because you may have encountered somebody that was like that. That to me just means you really hate who you are. Just go ahead and say it. If that's what you want, fine. We don't want you. We will gladly give yourself away. We can take your black card. Plenty of, let me yank that shit. But when you have to sit there and tear somebody down in order to make your point reasonable or to be accepted because that's how you feel, because you want to be brainwashed, don't come back. And I hope the woman that you with, or whoever it is you with, I hope they take you for everything and you just stay your ass over there. Don't come back. We won't help you out.
You've been shunned.
You've been shunned. But yeah, it's just those are the superficial things. I
think whenever you ask someone what they like in a person and they start with like, oh, they need to be this tall, they need to look this way, they need to be this skin tone, or whatever race, whatever it
is sad.
You have to switch it. If you're dating for those intentions, you'll find that. You may even find a sugar daddy who has that, but it's not based on anything.
No,
you may not substance. Be happy later on.
No, all you're looking at is the physical. You're not looking at the person.
It will fade.
Oh yeah, definitely. Over years, you gonna sit there and be like, you got ugly.
If they're medium ugly now,
child, they're gonna be. They're not gonna be. They're gonna be high ugly. It's not gonna go low ugly unless they get things done. And then that's another thing. It's just when you sit there and say that this person needs to meet these criterias, and they have to go do augmentations on their breasts or getting a BBL or getting a tummy tuck, Botox in their face because they had to have this certain look about them, bigger lips, smaller nose, longer hair. Like when you start having to have physical attributes as what you want from that person, and you can't sit there and tell me you really like that person because they have a good heart, they are somebody that when you need help, they're there for you. Like it actually is more of an emotional attachment, and you just got to look at them and be like, nah, I don't like her nose. Like I had a guy tell me he wanted his woman to be a certain way all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, when is she going to be able to do other stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Because if she has to always look a certain way for you to be able to be accepted, and you sitting here looking like a Teletubby,
Mm-hmm.
what are you going to do to make her be attracted to you? And you think you're God's gift to every woman? No.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we can't live our life to be able to please just you.
Then like pay us. You want to give me $1 million a month so I can look like how you want? Okay.
That sounds like employment to me.
It does. I mean, it is. Give me a W-2.
It's like I don't know. I guess
1099.
sometimes some men get this certain stature about themselves, and they feel like they want this to be their trophy wife, and it's like, okay, I can't be all that you want me to be.
Mm-hmm.
Go get your blow up doll. AI is out here running rampant. You can design the woman.
That's so true.
She can do everything you want her to do, be at where you want her to be, build you
Look
a,
how you want her.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be funny. Build you a bitch.
It's possible
That's
now.
it now. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Build you a bitch. And she could be all that you want her to be, just like they used to say in the army. All to be in. Never mind. Anyway, but now we go shift it.
But yeah, those are mistakes in dating. We went a little overboard because we were maybe a little irritated at the moment.
I was a little annoyed after
but
the last one.
but yeah, so we have a little bit of time left. I think we can maybe jump into a story or two. I'll try to cut down my story a little bit because it's there's a lot to it, and to be honest with you, it was like earlier in the year, so part of it I don't even remember. You might remember more than I do. I don't remember a lot of it.
Answer for you.
But so I guess this story kind of relates a little bit to like breadcrumbing, maybe a little bit with kind of some of the other topics we've talked about. He was nowhere near love bombing, that's for sure. But anyway, so I think we've kind of touched on things and you'll see the similarities, but I ended up giving a dating app a chance. Oh, the one thing I was going to say too, I think with the judgmental picky thing, with the dating apps, I think has made us a lot more picky because we see all these options and we see everybody. Oh. But anyway, so saw this guy on there. He seemed okay looking, decent looking. He was a good height.
He was nice looking. I will say he was handsome.
He was okay looking.
He was handsome.
He wasn't like my ideal type, but he was decent looking. And he had like a career. He seemed like we had similar interests, so I was like, okay, I'll give this guy a try. We ended up matching. We ended up like messaging back and forth. And then we ended up exchanging numbers and texting, and we were trying to arrange a time to meet. So, you know, every so often, every week or so, he'd be like, oh, it's all coming back. I think I just like pushed it to the end. But he would like message me day of, like I would say, he'd be like, oh, let's go get drinks after work, after you finish your job. And he would tell me that at 3 p.m. and I finished work at 5. And I was like, I can't be there at 5. Like I have to work until 5. I'm not going to make it. And then he'd be like, oh, okay. Well, then let's get drinks at 6. This is like the first time I'm meeting you. This is like a first date and you're just being so casually nonchalant about it. Later on, I found out that he has a job where he works a few days on and a few days off. So like he has weeks at a time where he takes that time to like go on vacation or, you know, go travel. So that's why he is kind of like a spur of the moment, we'll meet today type person. But I am not like that. I am a planner. I at least want to know the day before. If not, like maybe like the morning of, like if I'm meeting you for the first time and I'm just coming from work, I don't look cute. I don't look cute at work. So like I need time to like look better, presentable. Like if you are my husband, I am not showing up looking like dirt the first date.
Right.
So so yeah, I was just like, okay. So then after all that, here I was, I pushed my plans to be like, fine, I'll get ready and I will meet you for a drink or dinner or something on a weekday. And then he's messaging me back and he's like, oh, but I do have to go to the gym. Like, okay. He's like, oh yeah, and then I like still need to eat dinner. And I was like, okay.
But
So
you're
then,
asking for drinks, like you can't get food
yeah,
out and drinks.
and but then it turned into like he ended up like 10 minutes before we were supposed to meet. He's like, oh, like my dog's not feeling well today.
It was that damn dog.
And the dog kept getting in the way. And I was just like, okay. So here I am already with like a bad taste in my mouth. He doesn't text consistently. He also would really only text when he was like home for that week or so.
He
But
was sending you pictures while he was out on
yeah,
his
like on his
trips.
vacation. And I was just like, okay, I don't know you.
Wish
So
you were here.
yeah, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, good for you, I guess. But I still haven't met you. I don't really know you. I don't know anything about you. Our conversations were not like getting to know each other type
No.
conversations either. Like, you would text me one day and then you text me 5 days later being like, hey, you free for a drink? So, like, it was just weird.
Yes.
And then finally, we did find a day that we were able to meet up. And then he met up with me at a time that I would primarily be eating my dinner. He chose a restaurant based on the food and then took me to the back where the cocktails were, where it's just drinks. So I'm starving at like 8 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything because I am thinking we're gonna eat there. Also, I'm vegetarian. I looked at the menu. There is one vegetarian sandwich on the entire menu that I could eat. I'm not saying we have to go to a vegetarian restaurant, but I am saying we need to go somewhere where I will have a full stomach.
Yes.
So that I don't have to rush out because I fainted from hunger. Um, so yeah, we end up going there, I end up having the drinks or whatever. And then he said some things that really turned me off. He seemed to have a couple of like male, like chauvinistic comments. He cared a little bit about gender roles. He didn't have a good relationship with his family. So it was just kind of like beige flags at the time.
He had a lot of
Yeah. And he was like out of
red.
town a lot. Like it was just like I was like, these are weird things, but it's a first date, so maybe there's more to it. Like I said last week, it was like maybe they have issues with their family, but there's more to do with that. So I'm not going to judge you based on that, but I just need to know what the reason is so that I can understand if I would possibly think that that's something worth rebuilding
Right.
or worth it or whatever.
Yeah.
So then I kind of left that date thinking like, I mean, he looked the same in person. That I'll say.
He didn't catfish.
He was the same person.
Yes.
But then I was like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this. But I think we both kind of left on a note of like, but we would be both willing to see each other again, maybe see if this is what I really think it is. A few weeks go by because he likes to go out of town a lot. So a few weeks go by, and then he messaged me again out of the blue, like on a day that luckily like I was off the next day, but he messaged me on a day like pretty much a little bit before after I got home, I think, or right before I got home, and was like, let's get dinner. And he invited me for him to get dinner and then we could like watch a movie or something together. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's do a normal dinner time, like 7. And he was like, oh, but I forgot I have to go do something. I can't even remember now.
Didn't he have to go
Was it the
to
gym? I think he had to like go meet his trainer at the gym.
Yeah.
So then he was like, actually, let's do like 9 p.m. And I was like, I'm supposed to eat dinner at 9 p.m. And I like to go to bed like at a decent time. Like I like 10:30, 11, so like 9 p.m. I eat dinner by 7:30, maybe 8 latest. So I was like, you know what?
What the heck?
Give it a try. What the heck? Let's go.
Why not?
I mean, yeah, whatever. It's fine. Maybe I'm getting dinner out of this. It's fine. So then I ended up going to meet him. It ended up being 10:15.
Oh yeah, because he was not responding to none of your texts.
So then finally I went to like a nearby restaurant so I could like at least get a snack because I was worried that I might not get dinner again. So I went and got my own drink and my snacks. I was watching TV. And then so then finally it's like 9:30 and I was like, okay, dude, what's going on? And he was like, oh, like I just quickly need to run to the liquor store. Why? Why
You
at
had
9:30
all
p.m.?
this time between 7 and 9 to do all of the things that you needed to do because you knew she was
That I was
coming over.
coming. Ugh. So then I was like, okay, because honestly, my cutoff limit was like 10 p.m. Like if I didn't hear from the guy by 10
Yeah,
o'clock, I was gonna go
you
home.
told me you was like, if he doesn't text by 10,
I'm
I'm
just gonna
going
go.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I was texting someone else. So I was like, I could have just gone to their house instead. So then I was like, whatever, like 10 o'clock is my like cutoff time, you know? So finally he messaged me at like 9:58 or
Like right
whatever, like
before.
right around my mental cutoff time. And was like, yeah, I'll be home in 10 minutes. And luckily where I was, I think I was maybe 10, 15 minutes from his house. So I ended up going to his house and I get there and he has already ordered dinner. Lo and behold, he ordered dinner and it came and like while I'm sitting there on the couch with him, he's like, "Oh yeah, I just realized I ordered like some Asian food. I don't remember, but he ordered some food and was like, "Oh, I think I may have just ordered non-vegetarian food." Like, does this guy like to eat? Does he like to let his women eat? Because I'm hungry. I've now spent 2 dates where I haven't been able to eat anything. The first date, I did ask for fries, so I did end up eating something because I was like, no, I
You
need to eat
gotta,
something.
yeah, but being inconsiderate.
Yeah, like that's why we were getting at like thoughtfulness, appreciating the other person, being considerate. So then he ends up ordering the food, and then I ate. I was able to eat a little bit of it. And then yeah, but then anyway, all of this to say, by the end of the night, this poor dog. Anyway, by the end of the night, I think he wanted more from me than I wanted from him. So I made the decision of like, I am going to go home. I'm good. It was late at night because we pretty much just stayed up like watching TV. Like it wasn't anything crazy, but I made the decision like I want to go home and I want to be in my own place. So I'm good. I get home and he sends me a message, or I sent a message to say like I made it home,
Mm-hmm.
and he sends me a message and he says, "Hey, I think you're really cool because I am. I was definitely cool to
These
him.
are the lists, so watch my hand.
Yeah. But I don't think you're marriage material. But if you want to hang out as basically like fuck buddies, I think is what he said. But I don't remember what terminology he used, but I think he said if you want to be casually hanging out,
Casually dating.
then we can continue that.
And then it was, wasn't it saying about your looks or you weren't
No.
normally how he, it was something else like your personality or something?
Yeah, he said I was too cool for him.
Yeah.
What?
Like,
Oh, and he didn't like sports. I forgot about that.
right.
He
He
doesn't
didn't
watch
like, he
sports.
doesn't watch sports, so that was
And so
four.
he was like judging the sports that I watch and like why would I watch them? And then the chauvinistic comment, he liked music, but he was like trying to teach me music that like I already knew. And like and then let's see. Yeah, he was not thoughtful, not considerate, like at all. He only messaged when he was free, so everything was on his time, not acknowledging the fact that like I have a life. Then when I was on the first date, he was like, "Oh, I forgot. I forgot. Are you Tamil? I forgot." How can you forget? Like, does that? He was like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to someone else." So then that means that once, so that you're not really prioritizing me, even if it's a first date, don't forget anything about the person. That's so rude.
Yeah. And then didn't he message you asking you about the mixer
Oh
that you
yeah,
were going to?
yeah. So then, oh, I forgot about that. So then, like months prior, there was this like Indian event happening in Atlanta. So when we were still on good terms and we were texting in the beginning, I was like, hey, like, would you be interested in going? This seems like fun. Like, maybe you can go with your friends. I'm going to bring mine. So I ended up meeting him like right before this mixer, like the day or two before. So when I was at his house that day, he was like, are you going to go tomorrow? And I was like, I think I'm still going to go. And this is like before everything went south. So I was like, if you want to go, you can still come, whatever. So then the next day, so my response to his message, I think I just said, we'll see. I think I just said, like, I don't see us as anything either. We'll see. Which to me is a no. But then he texts me about the mixer saying, are you going?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yes. And then he was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to go. I get to the mixer the next day with my friend, and we ended up getting there really late because it was like raining, and we were having a great time, like eating dinner and stuff before. So we kind of lost track of time. And we get there, and there he is, front and center with like a whole group of friends. He comes up to me at some point in time and looks at me, and he says, oh, like, didn't I tell you about this mixer? Bitch. I know you did not.
The audacity.
I was so angry at that moment, and my friend was looking at me, and she just knew I was angry. When he said that, I immediately pulled out my phone because I was about to scroll back and
she got
like,
receipts,
I had the receipts.
I
had all of the receipts from the initial message to the message I sent the day before to before that. I had all of the receipts of the fact that I sent it to him first. So then I'm like, now you're just lying straight in my face. So that's another. Are we at number 9 or 10 now?
It was like, yeah, you 10.
Yeah.
Stop counting that.
Yeah.
But it's 10.
And then he like made out with this girl at the thing. Right, knowing that I'm right there, which it's fine because, like I said, I wasn't interested in him. I knew at that, from the day prior, that I knew that all the red flags I thought were there were actual red flags that I didn't want to be with. But still, I'm like, that's just rude. That's just kind of weird. Like,
it's that
I was just at your house.
It is. I'm gonna put these two words together. I'm gonna put bitch and audacity together. Bodacity.
Yeah.
Bodacity.
Yeah.
That is the word of this week. Bitch-acity.
And then yet his profile is like, oh, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I want my queen for marriage, which I hate when people say the queen thing.
Oh my God, that is.
It's a ick. It's a ick.
That right there will immediately dry all of my lady parts up.
Yeah.
Please don't call me queen.
Yeah. Ew. He was like, I want the queen to my king. And I knew that was gross, but I was like, let me see. I don't know. But no, clearly he just wanted to fuck, and I'm not that person. So bye. Bye. And then he still, like, after that tried to like message me and be like, let's hang out and stuff. And I think I just didn't.
Yeah. The bodacity of people.
No. And it was funny too because he was Indian. And so I even told my mom about it. And my mom initially got really excited because it's this like Indian doctor, right? But after I told her what happened, she was like, oh no, that's disgusting. That's horrible.
Yes.
And it was bad.
It's just the way that guys had the tendency to fuck shit up.
Yeah. Honestly, the only good thing I'll say, I didn't lose any sleep over it. Like, I was not sad at all.
No.
I was not disappointed. I was not upset. I was like nothing. Like, I think I had just lost all feeling in my body for him that
was a funny moment. It literally was a moment.
I even sent them, I was like, I sent them my location. I was like, just make sure I make it home. Just make sure I don't get murdered.
Funny moment in time.
Yeah. It didn't, but I feel like it was prolonged for so long because he just wouldn't hang out with me because he was gone.
He was taking 2-3 week trips and doing random stuff. Oh, I'm going to Coachella.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yep.
Who just goes
without like even knowing the artist there? You knew like one artist.
Like, you just randomly decide, oh, I'm just going to take a trip to Arizona. Was it Arizona?
Vegas, California.
Wherever they go for Coachella. Wherever it is. It's hot. And you just decide, I'm just going to go backpack. at Coachella.
I think they got like I can't remember if they ended up doing like the glamping situation or if they got a tent or something. Because I had friends who went to Coachella, but they got like a hotel.
When they
And I think he roughed it out. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you just can't just say, you know what, I'm just gonna backpack at Coachella and just do
Oh,
whatever.
and after all that, he went to the liquor store to go get something. He didn't get it. He didn't get it. He maybe he bought other things, but he didn't buy what he said he was going to buy. So when I asked for it, he didn't have it.
Where do you go to the liquor store to get other than liquor?
Yeah. Like I mean, he did get liquor, but it wasn't the kind that he told me he was going to get. So then when I asked for a drink, he didn't have it. I don't know.
Why would you even do that at that time? If you knew your liquor choice was not for that night, you could have waited and went to the liquor store any other day.
Yeah.
I don't think liquor stores have, they only open certain days out of the week.
Yeah.
Or this is a only once in a lifetime drop ship kind of liquor store that just up and goes after.
You know,
the hell?
What I will say too is I think like in hindsight, I learned that trust my gut. But also, I think I learned too, like I got to see his place. And yes, it was probably too early to go to someone's place on a second date. I have been guilty of that since as well, but with better intuition this time. Um, but um, but I think I learned a lot just because I also got to see how he lives and how it looked. And I think that is important too. Like, obviously, yes, I think second date is too early because then I also realized what he was looking for. But I also got to see like how he lives. And I think that's a big indicator too. Is that something that you're okay with? Or is that something where you're like, oh, I don't know about this? I don't want to be with a person who is gone every 2 weeks.
No, because you want to spend time with somebody. You are always on trips, and he probably would want you to go with him when he goes on whatever he may go.
And I can't do that with
you can't be jet setting.
I wish I could. Honestly, I wish I could be more spontaneous than I am. But I satisfy myself with other things. Like I have a lot of close friends here that I hang out with. We go to mixers, we go to events, go to concerts, sporting events. So like I'm fine staying in the same place.
Yeah.
I think his excuse was he didn't have too many friends here, but he had plenty of friends at the mixer the next day. So I think that's a lie. But so I mean, I don't know. Like to each their own, but that's something you have to learn. Are you okay with their lifestyle? Is that something that you can work with? Can you gel with that?
Right.
But that's my story. And as you can tell, I covered a lot of those.
You just mistakes. Went to all of the mistakes, you know.
Yeah, in one person.
So yeah, that is you want to know what it is to fuck up your chances. Do all of those.
And maybe I just ain't the one. Like there's probably a girl out there who would be fine with you ordering her food and okay with you doing everything for her and her going on trips with you because she doesn't have a job or something. That's great, but that's just not me.
I can't be your fan.
I don't want to be your groupie.
I can't be your fan. Everything revolves around you.
I think that, and it was that narcissistic tendency, I think, is what kept coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Hey, I think we can stop with that with yours because I don't want to jump into mine because mine is definitely just nothing in correlation to none of the stuff that you said today.
No.
It will throw everybody up like really.
I think that'll be good for next week. I think that'll be a good story.
That'll be
for next week.
We're thankful.
Yes. Thankful.
Because this person.
Okay. We'll stop things there. That it goes really well with Thanksgiving. Yeah, that'll be a good story for next week. But this is us signing off for today. Hope you enjoyed. As always, please like, follow, share, and please comment. Like,
let us know. Interact with us. We still want to know what were your mistakes in your dates.
Or worst dating
stories. If there's anything worse than what I told you, what Sue said, And yeah, let's compare notes.
I'm sure you guys have had worse than I've had. So
I've had way worse.
yeah, and that's not even my worst story. That's just one of them.
I had one way worse in college.
Yeah,
That's when I realized, yeah, I got to stick to my levels.
dating is hard.
I can't date
Yeah,
below.
you gotta keep the standards. Like we said, keep standards. Don't let anyone judge you for having your standards as long
No.
as they're reasonable.
Yes. Until next time, y'all.
Until next time,
Tune
have a
in
great
to
week.
Bitching with Balls. Bye, y'all.
Bye.